Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about certain cool things. You are the editor of your own life, and there are no hard and fast rules on how you're supposed to live your life. In fact, there is no such rule that you have to be happy all the time. This whole thing that this world is running after, which is happiness, this is what is making people depressed because you're trying to be constantly in the state of joy, which is not a natural process. You can be in joy as well, okay? But you have to accept yourself as who you truly are, which means you have to accept all parts of you. You have to accept that yes, you can have a bad day, you can have bad mood, you can be angry, you can be this, you can be that. I mean, people say that don't be this or don't be that, but probably they're just saying it. They haven't really done the discovery that it's okay to be who you are. There is nothing right and there's nothing wrong. Second thing is the here and now formula. Whenever any pullback event happens in your life, by pullback I mean something that troubles you, triggers you, traumatizes you, and all of the things that I'm talking about, this will this will resonate with those who are doing inner work. This should reach you at the right time, I would say. So, whenever something happens which pulls you back, or that breaks you down, or it generates some kind of emotion in you, because a lot of you are in awareness, because you're practicing awareness, or because you have figured out there's something called awareness, now you're being aware of all the moods. And this also has to be figured out, in a different way, because just being aware of something, some emotion is not enough. There are a couple of things that you need to do. Number one, you need to check if are you accepting yourself or not. Let's say you are grieving for someone and you try to stop it. You try to say, oh, I don't have to grieve or feel this way or that way. You are going to suppress your emotion. So how do you go about it? You first experience it fully, and then you do not force yourself to be a certain way, to behave a certain way. You don't have to be in guilt, you don't have to be in shame, you don't have to torture yourself, you don't have to abuse yourself, accuse yourself. And if you're feeling scared about something, then accept it that yes, you're feeling scared about this thing. It's a completely natural human thing to be scared of something which is uncertain, something which is not predictable, or something which is predictable for that matter. And once you figure out, okay, this is what I'm scared of, this is exactly what is scaring me, logically you can analyze whether it is really important for you to continue fearing it or move on from it. Because if you closely analyze it, if you think about it, think through it, I'm not someone who wants you to give you the result right there, but what you will feel will not be as intense as how you feel when you're in the state of fear, because you're going to try to do something to release that fear, okay? But the best way to go about it is to face the fear. What exactly is the fear? Third important thing is to know that the person who's causing you pain is just a reflection in the mirror, and to simplify it, this person is helping you to grow. Basically, there's a part of you that is scared to grow, and there's a pain that this part of you feels. Now, this person is showing you that pain. Whatever they're putting you through, whatever fear they're putting you through, it could be anything. Let's say you do not want to be betrayed. You want to be with a loyal partner. I'm talking about romantic relationship, okay? But your partner puts you through the fear that they may not be loyal to you, or they may be doing something behind your back, or they may be having a dual personality. And every time this person gives you that fear by their actions, by their behavior, you feel that pain, you feel that fear, and you want to grow from it. You can grow from it, you can get out from it. You can be completely stoic, you can be completely nonchalant, and it may become something which will never ever bother you. But before that happens, you need to understand that whatever is written is going to happen. Whatever has already happened, it's in the past, it's not coming back. So, bringing back the old past memories or the past fears is simply just hanging out with some ghosts who are dead. This person is reflecting back the part that is scared to grow. So fighting with this person is futile because it's just a reflection. That is what is trapping you, because the more you fight with this person, the more you get angry with this external object, with this person, it is futile because they will just give you some reaction which will hurt you even more. Usually that's what happens, because for them it doesn't really matter. They don't understand that pain that you're going through. They have no clue about it, because if they knew about it, or even if they know about it, even if they don't know about it, that's none of our business. Probably they don't know how betrayal feels. Probably they don't know how sad it is to be in that position. In some cases, that person might know what betrayal feels, and they're just on a revenge spree. They just feel that because they were betrayed, or they were not given joy, or they were not given validation from others, they should probably do the same to someone else. Reacting to it will not have much effect on the person, but no reactivity would probably have some effect on that person. And the more you react to that reflection, you get trapped in it, and the more you just observe it, just observe yourself feeling that way, or just explaining it, or just putting it down and then burning that paper away, or just sitting still, just sit still or slowly breathe through it, the glass will shatter. The glass will not have any power over you.